Hey, what's up, Marcy? Hello. How you doing? I'm just waiting for the patch to drop. And then an hour after is PGR polls. So I'm hoping I get Lee early. Because if I get him early, it basically guarantees that I can get him to double S3. Actually, I'm pretty much guaranteed either way, because I'll probably spend 50 bucks on the game next month, or Christmas money. But yeah, big night. Eventful night. Pretty much did all my Christmas stuff already. I gotta get something for my aunt and my mom, and that's it. Benefit of having a small circle, familial and platonic friends and everything. I knocked out one of the other gifts today. Yeah, I think if I get some Christmas money, I'll probably cash out PGR.
Right behind you, Jack. Not cool. A few steps behind.
I'm so rusty at this game. I haven't played it in so long. It's all good. The funny thing about this game's design. The thing about this game's design is that because this game is more like Neo 1 than any of their other action RPGs, meaning Neo 2, Wolong, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, all those games, is that the optimal boss fight in this is essentially like a 40-second long, unskippable cutscene. That was my biggest problem with this game. That's not an exaggeration, by the way, because you can totally one-shot bosses. You can totally one-shot bosses, but you can't skip the cutscenes where you know, you transition to phases. Yeah. An optimal boss fight in this is basically just watching cutscenes. My guy's not quite at that point, but he's pretty strong. I just gotta remember how to play. But yeah, if you're playing this game right, you're just watching cutscenes. You're not even fighting the bosses anymore. That's when you know you've built your character properly. Yeah, just keep watching these same cutscenes. Feels like they designed the cutscenes around like the first playthrough, but it definitely really sucks when if you keep playing longer. The first DLC is terrible. First DLC with this game is really bad. It barely added anything. Ironically, the first DLC gets better after you spend some time in this, which is the roguelike mode. But yeah, when it came out, it's trash. It doesn't really add anything to the game. The first DLC. I remember I only played it for a couple hours, but that's just because I know the formula of how Team Ninja makes their action RPGs, where the first DLC, the drop rate is like really shit.
Right behind you, Jack.
The drop rate's like really shit for whatever the next rarity is. You know, in this game it was the artifact items. Well, long it was 5-star items.
Seen something this good
And
in
then
a
in
while.
Neo 1 and Neo 2 it was, what's it called? Divine items. Drop rate for those on the first DLC expansion is always really bad. Like, yeah, unless you like really have like nothing else in your backlog, it's not really worth playing these games that much after you beat it. It's better to just wait, or, you know, if you play the game after it's already dropped support, then you don't have to worry about that, but
This'll be a breeze.
I'm hoping with Rise of the Ronin they'll break that formula, because it's definitely the worst thing about these games by far. These games are the dictionary definition of power creep. You play them when they're new, or they don't have all the DLC out yet. Like, yeah, do you really want to spend like 100 hours getting a build on the first new game, the second new game plus? Because in 3 months, that shit's gonna get power crept. The only real thing it does is it gives you a head start for the next DLC, yes, but past that point, it's a waste of time.
That was close.
Focus on how we can do better next time.
I hope Rise of the Ronin will be like, the first DLC is actually worth doing. It's not completely useless.
Damn it, stick.
People were spending like dozens of hours on Wolong trying to get 5-star items. I'm like, just backlog the game. Like, just backlog the game and come back in 2.5 months. Get a decent build and then wait. That's something they really need to change with how the formula they have for these games is how worthless it is to really play on the first DLC expansion. Neo 2 had good DLC expansion actually. First one was pretty good. Probably the best one they put out in a while.
I almost feel sorry for them.
Keep it up, everyone.
Yeah, I really like this game. It just has a really shitty first playthrough. The first playthrough is really bad.
See what's
Mostly because of
inside,
the
Jack.
power level system is so stupid and removes any semblance of balance or decision making. The power level system basically just makes it so. Power level system basically just makes it so you don't have to think about what you equip. You just put the thing that makes the number go up. The Long DLC is in like 15 minutes. What's up, man? Hello. The other person in this chat, Marcy, she was the one that told me if I disabled my e-course, this game would start working again, so I reinstalled it. I was really pissed at her, because I remember this was like a couple months ago. She told me in my Discord, I'm like, fuck you, I was about to stream. And then I re-downloaded this game. This game is 95 gigs, by the way. This game is 95 gigs. It looks like a mid-generation PS3 game. It's 95 gigs. Somehow this PS3 looking game is like almost 100 gigs. I wish it was like a Dragon Gaiden where people made that mod to remove the cabaret cutscenes, which are all like they're actual live action footage. They're not in engine. People like remove them because that cuts the size of the game in half. Half of the size of like a Dragon Gaiden is the the cabaret. Quite literally. I heard it removes like 40 gigs, something crazy like that. You know what's bad when even horny Yakuza players are trying to get rid of that stuff because games are just getting bigger. This is Final Fantasy Origin Stranger in Paradise.
Not off to a good start. We're a few steps behind.
But yeah, there's a mod for like a Dragon Gaiden that removes the cabaret cutscenes, which cuts the size in half. So it goes from being like 85 gigs to like 40 something. I wish this game had that, because I would keep it installed. It's just games are getting so damn big now. This is like one of the largest games I play. It's the largest game I play with the worst graphics. No, I don't really care about graphics, but I get this kind of lack of graphical fidelity. I expect the game to not be 100 gigs. I think that's more than fair. Hey, why the hell is this 100 gigs? Mo Long, they actually doesn't have that problem. Mo Long is like 40 something gigs. It's like 44 gigs, which is actually pretty small size by today's standards. It's actually like a respectable size. It's just weird that this game is like almost double the size of Dynasty Warriors 9, which has like way more assets, right? It has like over 100 different characters. this PS3 looking game is almost double the size. It's one of the hardest justifications for playing this game is definitely the how much space it takes. I'm gonna have to get a 1 terabyte SSD in here at some point, maybe next month. Money comes in. 1 terabyte's just not cutting it anymore. Probably need to get like a 4 terabyte, and then I can keep this damn game installed. Alright. Like Kingdom Hearts 3 is half the size of Stranger of Paradise, which makes like almost makes no sense. That game has so much more stuff in it. There's like way more assets and everything. Yeah, if I play like a Dragon Gaiden off your account, I'm gonna install that Cabaret mod. Basically, what it does is it goes in the files and it replaces all the Cabaret AVI MP4 files or whatever they are with like a 1 frame animation. It's like, yeah, I kind of want to try that game, but 85 gigs for something I might not stick with is kind of a big ask, unfortunately. All right, we got about 10 minutes to go, so let me see what I got here. Even Wild Hearts. Wild Hearts was on the larger side for a computer game. It's like 75 gigs. But when you consider that game is kind of like Sonic Frontiers with like the open zone. It's not quite open world, but it's open zone. 75 gigs for that much stuff is like actually not that bad. Stranger of Paradise, Neo 2 as well. Neo 2 is a little bit on the big side too. That game's like 89 gigs or something. And like there's nothing about that game visually or scope wise that means it should be that big. It's definitely grasping at straws to have that game be that large. That's one thing about Wolong that they didn't fuck up was they actually managed to like make the game take a normal amount of space for the type of game it is. Because there's like open world games like DW9 that aren't like Grand Theft Auto quality, but still it's much smaller. It's only like 50 something gigs for that game. Let me see if I got something to play for like 10 minutes. I remember when like 10 gigabytes was huge. I remember when uh a game taking up like 4 gigs of RAM was huge. Now you got stuff that so poorly optimized, like you could have like 32 gigs of RAM like my computer and it can barely run it. I remember I used to be a merchant in DFO and I would leave it on overnight, and then when I would wake up, my whole computer would slow to a crawl because the game would memory leak. Good times. A memory leak just standing in town, by the way, like not even actually playing, just standing in town idling. Absolutely insane. What do we got here? So we're gonna read the patch notes before we go into the game, most likely, because sometimes the stuff they change in these games is not inherently clear. Well, Long after the patches is not a bad game at all. Um, I'd say launch Stranger in Paradise versus launch Long. Stranger in Paradise clears for the most part. But Stranger in Paradise also has some really boneheaded design. You have it's mostly the combo of having uh, shit level design, which is very common in every Team Ninja action RPG. The level design makes no sense. There's a literal like some little rock debris in one part of the later levels in the game that you can't just jump over. You have to walk all the way around. That kind of stuff is at its worst in Stranger in Paradise. But then you also have the power level system, which basically makes it so you can't even try to make a build until the game is over. Which is weird because, like, after you get past that point, that game is very open ended. And it's balanced in a way that you can play, like, any build and clear all the content. Meaning, the hardest content in the game is, like, the Dragon Trials. And then, level 300 and higher on the roguelike mode. You can clear any build, but the first playthrough, the only thing that matters is making the number go up. That's really dumb. I think the worst thing about it is if you pre-ordered that game, they gave you some sword. I don't know enough about Final Fantasy to know what game it's from, but they give you a sword, and the sword is power level 1. So basically, after you get out of the first mission, which, barring like depths and stuff and learning the systems, takes 20-30 minutes, it's already useless. You can't scale it up. I still have that thing in my inventory. I'm like, do you guys even play your own game? I mean, that's got to be the worst pre-order bonus I've ever purchased. It's completely useless. It serves absolutely no purpose. Like, at least do what DFO does, because DFO does that as well, but for like events and stuff. But like when DFO does that kind of thing, what they do is they make it scale up to your character's level, so that you can actually still use it. Stranger of Paradise is like, they don't tell you when you buy the game that the DLC weapon is good for 30 minutes of gameplay, and then it's completely useless. It doesn't matter how much longer you play the game. If you stop after an hour, or you go another 150 hours, it's useless after 20-30 minutes. The power level system, I think, was designed to like make it so it's easier for people to understand what they should be putting on their character. But the first playthrough, it completely overpowers everything. I think that's the interesting thing about the complaints about the Wolong morale system. I definitely think that mechanic has the same problem of being like too overpowering. Uh, it's just really heavy-handed. You're forced to interact with it, but the difference between the morale system in Wo Long and the power level system in Stranger of Paradise is that Wo Long is balanced differently. You can beat the game at zero morale and with crap gear, which is the way it should be. in Stranger of Paradise, you have to interact with that system, otherwise, you get so many debuffs. Anyway, we're just gonna go ahead and wait here. It's coming up soon. 4 minutes. How you guys doing tonight? I gotta hop on the train in about 12 hours, so we're gonna check out this DLC, do my Lee Hyperreal pulls, and I'm going straight to bed. But I won't really have a chance to record or stream anything. I don't know. I heard PGR doesn't work on Steam Deck right now. Maybe I'll try it. I might try to set that up tonight if I have time. But Wo Long is like 3 FPS on Steam Deck, so pretty much all my patch exploration is gonna have to wait till I come back in a couple days. How you guys doing tonight? Yeah, I need to make a video about underrated New Game Plus modes when I get back. I'm not gonna have time to do it before I get back, before I leave, but yeah. New Game Plus has been kind of a hot topic this past year because of all these games launching without it. Spider-Man 2 is a perfect example. You can't replay anything in that game, not even the set pieces or the combat challenges. Like a Dragon Gaiden does not have New Game Plus for some reason as well, which is really dumb. It makes zero sense. God of War Ragnarok, you had to wait like 6 months. I think it would be cool to talk about, like, stop accepting that shit from AAA studios, because it's like Dust Diver 2 and Memory of Heroes have like better New Game Plus than almost anything I've ever played. And they're like both shoestring budget poverty games that no one has really heard about or played. And it's available at launch, by the way, day one. If you beat the game in one sitting, it's right there. None of this waiting an undetermined amount of time for them to decide that a basic functionality needs to be added to the game. Yeah, I gotta do New Game Plus on that and make a video about that in Dust Diver. I think people will like that. It might even reach outside my circle because a lot of people are really upset about Spider-Man 2. How it's a really good game and it like actually doesn't waste your time either. Um, in terms of being something you can get to platinum in like 30 hours, but then it also has like zero replay value. I don't understand how that happens personally. Why do you have to wait for a New Game Plus, man? Chrono Trigger came out like almost 30 years ago and had New Game Plus at launch. Now every time you buy a video game, you gotta wonder if they're gonna be nice enough to actually include it or not. I think some people were saying that Spider-Man 2 New Game Plus might drop this month. I don't know. That game just seems like it has the problem a lot of other games do, where uh, you get all these upgrades and stuff, but then there's nothing to use them on. Because I've watched people play that game. I've seen the story. I've seen the story and everything, but like it definitely seems to have that problem. A classic video game problem of like, these upgrades are cool, but by the time I get them all, there's no game left. It's like the game is like designed for New Game Plus, but it's just like arbitrarily not there. I don't know. New Game Plus should be like required. Anything that's got upgrades and leveling up and getting stronger and getting gear should be a launch thing. None of this waiting 6 months. It's basically big publishers farming for goodwill by putting it out for free, which doesn't really mean anything. It's not actually free, because the reason that they do it is so they can sell the same game for full price again. That's totally what they did with God of War Ragnarok. Now, from what I understand, that game's New Game Plus is actually pretty elaborate. It's not just carrying all your stuff over, but still. Still, waiting 6 months for it is nuts. It should have been there at launch. The God of War Ragnarok seems like a little bit better with replay value, pre-patch at least, because it did have like post-game challenges and stuff. Spider-Man 2 doesn't really have much. It's kind of a little bit basic. Hopefully they drop New Game Plus. It's kind of why I don't care about not playing those games. I don't really care about not playing them at launch because they're not finished at launch. They're finished whenever the hell they feel like finishing the product. Yeah, FF16 seems decent. It doesn't seem like the best action game. I think a lot of the complaints about FF16 I've heard is mostly, well, gameplay wise. I don't know what people think about the story. I don't particularly care. Gameplay wise, the main complaints I hear is the frame rate sucks, meaning the performance mode is buns, and like even with dynamic resolution scaling, it doesn't really. Even with dynamic resolution scaling, it doesn't maintain 60 FPS. And then the boss is having hyper armor. The boss is having hyper armor, and then the fact that the RPG systems like barely matter. Those are like the biggest complaints I hear about it in terms of gameplay. I heard that the DLC for FF16, the first pack, actually adds some really fun accessories that are like more game changing and not just generic stat increases. That game is barely an RPG. I feel like even Kingdom Hearts is more of an RPG. Kingdom Hearts is already like barely an RPG. I mean, it has leveling up and stuff, but the gear is like very, very one-dimensional. There's not much in the way of builds or anything like that. There's no loot. you can't control the party members and stuff. But, like that is more of an RPG than FF16. It's basically just a straight character action game with like the most basic RPG systems. Like nowhere near enough in my opinion. I saw the accessories in that game when that game came out. I'm like, man, this shit is pathetic, man. Yeah, Kamen Rider game has better gear than that. At launch, none of this waiting for Shadow Drop DLC. Hold on a sec. Let me see if I can speed this up. Let me uninstall some games really quick. Well, the thing about FF16 is people kept complaining that it's not turn-based. And I'm not a Final Fantasy fan, right? I'm not at all. The only Final Fantasy game I've ever finished is Stranger Paradise. I'm not a fan of it at all. But it doesn't make sense to complain about the action combat when Final Fantasy hasn't really stuck to the same formula since FF10. FF10 after that was when they started deviating, right? They did 11, which was a tab target MMO, and then 12 was kind of also a tab target MMO but offline, and then the 13 trilogy had like pseudo real time combat, and then Lightning Returns also had the parrying and stuff that you could do. 14 is another MMO. FF15 is like open world and pretty shitty action combat. Like they haven't stuck to the same formula for a long time. So, as an outsider, I do not understand why people were so upset about 16 being a character action game. You can't say that it's a departure because there hasn't been an actual mainline turn-based Final Fantasy since 10. Over 20 years ago. Yes, there's been the mobile games. Yes, there's been the spin-offs on handhelds and stuff that have kept the turn-based alive and the pixel remasters and everything, but like there hasn't been just a straight turn-based Final Fantasy in 20 years. So, I don't know. Those complaints just made no sense to me. It's not like when Tales of Crestoria came out, right? That was, or the 3DS game that was like a turn-based strategy. That was a big departure, right? Those were like a complete departure from the Tales formula. Final Fantasy has not really had much of a formula at all. So, I definitely feel like if they did just go straight action, it probably wouldn't have changed that much, to be honest with you. Yeah, the RPG elements seem like non-existent. I wouldn't say the RPG systems hold it back, it's just that there's not enough of them. But I feel like with Stranger Paradise, they already did that. I think that might have been part of the reason as well, because Stranger Paradise is Neo 1 with Final Fantasy skin, pretty much. In that, the, what's it called? Neo 1 is the most action RPG out of all their games next to Stranger Paradise, because Neo 1 has better combat, but you don't have to interact with those systems at all. You can just one shot everything. Which is why some people don't like Neo 2. Neo 2 is a much better game in like every way, but it doesn't have that power fantasy that Neo 1 and Stranger Paradise have, where like your character feels like you're getting stronger and like your actual tech skill is secondary to that. Um, well, maybe that's why FF16 is so what's it called? So basic. Why is this taking so long to patch? Let's see if I can fix this. This is taking forever, man. Jeez Louise, hurry up. Alright, hold on. We're gonna try to speed this up. This is taking forever, man. One moment. One moment. Where's my device manager? Should not be taking this long to patch. This is ridiculous. It's going real slow. Uh, Come on, speed up. Damn it, man. does this take so long? Come on, hurry up! This is taking forever, man. This is so slow. Uh, no, that didn't do anything. This is so damn slow to update something. Uh, can I just play the video game, please? Why does this take like a fiscal year to patch? This is nuts, man. Fine, I'll log in again. And I just play the fucking game quick? God. Speed it up. Ugh. Hurry up, please. Now it won't even load up Steam again. I just want to play a video game, man. Come on. It takes forever. Yes, just log me in. Please just patch in a timely manner, not an hour. Just probably gotta do the same thing again. No, not that stupid ad. This. There we go. Alright, is this gonna still take an hour? Jeez Louise. It's probably the way that they patch the game. It's probably faster to just reinstall the whole game. This is nuts, man. Okay, none of these fixes work. It still takes forever. One minute. It's not 1 minute. It's like 2 hours to patch this fucking game. Ah. fucking annoying, man. Can they, like, make a better engine that doesn't do this? Fuck it, I'm just gonna uninstall. Yes, uninstall the game. It's just not gonna fucking do that now. Thank you. This is nuts. Yes, just install it again. This probably takes less time. Uh, yeah, please speed up. Hold on. I think I know why. I think I know why. Alright. This is gonna take less time. How you guys doing? I'm sorry for all the dead air. It's out of my control. I've had a couple other games that have done this as well. I don't think it's anything wrong with my computer. I think it's just jank engine. Oh, the patch notes are out. Okay, we'll read those while we wait. How about that? Alright, we gotta compromise here. We'll read the patch notes. It's probably gonna take a while to read those anyway. Alright. Yeah. Pull this up here. Alright. Okay, I am born in January 1st, 1900. I'm 123 years old. There we go. Alright. Okay, so new story. The whips were added. In Path of the Dragon King, it is now possible to obtain equipment with upgrade levels and rarities higher than the current maximum level, and the maximum cap player levels has been increased. Yeah, I already knew that. New weapons and armor. Okay, so new Divine Beast, the horse. New set bonuses. New accolade rewards. Those are the gotchas. Mile 101. Okay, no new horseshoe stuff. Focus levels from Neo. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. So I guess there's probably going to be some way to cheese it though. You can re-roll your seed in the roguelike mode. That's pretty cool. Added the new feature, Determine Your Path, which allows players to select multiple battlefields in advance and plan out their path to the next camp. So I'm guessing that means less load screens, which is not a bad thing at all. This game takes a really long time to load. 15 new wizardry spells. 2 new R1s, new special effects. So probably all the stuff related to the whip. Extract all the jewels at one time is pretty nice. So what do we got here for balance? So the first S string is faster. Well, less recovery after deflect counterattacks. Huh. That's cool. So dash attacks can go into your normal S string. None of the DLC stuff got anything, apparently. Oh, they nerfed armor break. I saw that coming. It was fun while it lasted. All that really means, though, is you just kill them in one. That's pretty much what already happens anyway. I don't know if that's really going to change anything. Shorten the loading time. Yes, please. Thank the gods, man. Okay, so you get more horseshoes. Oh, wow. So, elemental builds are going to get a huge bonus. Well, they didn't nerf you wrong. It nerfed you wrong. That's actually kind of shocking that they didn't. So I guess it's still going to be good. Anything about PC in here? Uh, I guess they just gave up on making it run better. Their idea of fixing the port is making it compile shaders. I'm like, that's not enough, man. That's half the job. Reduce the rendering time for effects. That's not gonna. I was hoping they'd make it run better on Steam Deck, but I guess not. Hmm. Oh, they nerfed the first boss again. that's pretty funny. All right. So let's go ahead and look at these armor bonuses again because where is it? Somewhere in here. Yeah, these might actually be worth using now. Before they weren't. That's because graces are so much better in every way. Yeah, there's like no point in ever getting these before. So I'm interested to see how much of a difference this makes. Rival of the Masses might actually be pretty good. Either of these two might be decent, depending on how high the buff is. Let's put some music on. This is going to take another 10 minutes. Yeah, this is going way faster than uh, patching the game for some reason. I have no idea why. It's kind of like when I always tell people don't preload games if you have a fast drive because it's faster to just download the game when it comes out. If you have a fast drive, what happens is it has to unpack. Uh, the unpacking could take like an hour or more. So yeah, don't do that. Let's play some music. the video game is ready to be played. I think it's ready to be played. Alright. Let me go ahead and change scenes here. Alright. Alright. It's gonna have to compile the shaders again, because it was faster to reinstall the entire game than it was to just patch it for some reason. It's not the first time that's happened to me. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit more waiting, unfortunately. It's gotta do the old shader comp. Oh, never mind. I guess the shaders were still there. Well, that's only gonna take a couple seconds. Alright. Let's jump in. Load time's untouched. Clearly. I like how it even does this on PS5. I think it's hilarious that this is on PS5 with like Spider-Man 2 loading instantly, even when you fast travel across the other side of the map. And then like just to load like one boss, this game takes like a full minute.
何か聞きたい?
I imagine that's gonna stop eventually when it's probably gonna stop when they don't do cross-gen anymore. Anyway, let's go ahead and check this out. Let me go ahead and hit up the bank too. Oh, that took like way less time to load. Really was some actual improvement. The hell? There's still nothing new in here. What gives, man? I thought there was supposed to be new stuff. Huh. I guess you gotta get farther, maybe? Oh, I think I know why. Let me see if that does it. Negative. Don't see anything new in here at all. It's kind of whack. I guess we'll do a little bit of crypto mining, and then it's going to be time to pull for Lee. And I gotta go to bed. It's getting late. Took a little longer to get started than I thought. Oh, there's an 8-star right there. Cool. Oh, you can't get farther. That must be why. Yeah, you gotta progress in here, I guess. Wait a minute. Yeah, it won't let me go farther. Let's see if we can get an 8-star whip. Be like the best right now. That actually is taking quite a bit less time to load.
やったわね。これでこの谷にも平穏が戻ることでしょう。
Let's try this interdiscipline thing. See if maybe I can level up my shit quicker. Why not? Got time for a couple before Lee drops.
気の流れが乱れている。
There's interdiscipline.
嫌な予感がする。
Battle preparation.
やったわね。
やったわね。
これでこの谷にも平穏が戻ることでしょう。
You said it. You did absolutely nothing, but thank you anyway. Let's see what I got here. Anything good?
嫌な予感がする。
Funny if she killed him. Yeah, she's too incompetent for that. Doesn't pay attention. Yeah, like basically one shot. One shot, everything. Alright, one more, then I gotta switch over to PGR and do my pulls. I should probably pack and go to bed. It's about to drop.
将校を倒したはずなのに気の流れが乱れているわ。嫌な予感がする。気の流れが注意して。あと一息いけるわ。やったわね。これでこの谷にも平穏が戻ることでしょう。将校を倒したはずなのに気の流れが乱れているわ。嫌な予感がする。
Alright, let's do lead pulls, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start prepping for bed here. Alright, let's try to pull Lee out of the gotcha dungeon. Yeah, I already patched, so shouldn't take too long. I'm gonna go ahead and make a video out of this, because people like pull videos. Alright, let's pull. Let's pull. I gotta log in again. Hold on. One moment. Let's pull. Pulling you out of the gotcha dungeon, brother. Maybe twice. Let's go. Alright. I gotta do these damn tutorials first. Not right now, man. Time for Lee. Alright, is he here? There's my boy. Alright, let me set up my recording here. Hello everyone, I'm going to go ahead and pull for Lee. Now if you don't play this game, it takes 30,000 black cards, or a combination of those and the vouchers, to get 2 copies. I would like to get 3. I won't actually be able to get the pain cage shards just yet. I think it's going to take another week, but we're going to go ahead and try to get him twice. Maintenance comp in here. A lot of people have been memeing about not wanting to pull for him, and you know, it's just like I think the character is cool. That's really all I care about. I like pulling for male characters more than moe blobs, so I'm all about it. Anyway, do we have a fire boss in here today? Alright. Let me see if that's enough. I think you need like 500. Yeah, I'm like 7 short. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and pull now. I'm just gonna go straight into it. I'm not gonna waste anyone's time. I do have enough for his pet as well, so I'm hoping I can get maybe the pet and the character. We'll see. Alright, so I actually have 2 extra pulls here, so that's gonna be save an extra 500 black cards. So let's go. Let's go. Let's see what happens. Oh, that's a dud. Dudarino. Alright. Another dud. Alright, we're cutting into the actual black cards now. Yeah, we're not watching all these. We're gonna just speed run through this. I don't think he's gonna come home early, folks. I think he's a little shy. Come on, man. I actually like the male characters, okay? I'm not big into the moe blob waifus. I like cool-looking characters, regardless of gender, which is mostly what this game has. Alright, what are we at now? 52? Alright. So he's going to appear here regardless. Didn't get in early. Alright, so we'll go ahead and watch this one. You can see his animation. I don't need you. Where's my homie? There he is. What's up, boss?
マーレイがケルベロス隊のリーダーになると聞いた時は心配でした。隊員をまとめられるのかって。でも杞憂でした。彼は成長しています。けれど僕はレイブン隊がいいです。だってあなたは会議室でブレイクダンスをしませんよね。
Yep, you're home, buddy. Alright. I got Bombinata again. Okay, so let's go ahead and get his pet. Should be 100% up. There it is. Okay. No early pet either. Getting really bad luck. Horrible luck. Alright, got the pet. So, let me see here. Is there a new battle pass up? I suppose I could get that right now, but I'll do those pulls offline. Okay, so I have prepared meticulously for the homie's arrival. He's in here somewhere. Boy's gonna get maxed out right away. Actually, let's just go ahead and get his weapon. Let's go ahead and get his weapon. Or try to. I'll make up the difference later, because I can't get him right now anyway. Not gonna use cash, use current stuff, space. Apparently his weapon is like required pretty much. Alright. Oh wow, got two. Hell yeah. Alright. I see you, game. You're hooking me up here. Made up for the crap first rolls. I didn't get an early copy. Alright. Train this up. Whip. Alright, homie, you're getting maxed, man. Look at that. Instant level 80. Alright, let's see if we can get him early. Let's see if we can get him early and he'll be completely decked out. I'll just have to wait until Monday and I'll get another 7 shards. So, let's go ahead and try it. I cash on this game pretty much every like 2 patches, so I don't really care about the black card supply. I'm not worried about that. We're gonna get him to SS3. So I like Lee in general. Alright. Crap drops. I don't think he's gonna come home early again. I think he's gonna dodge. He's shy. Oh, don't be shy. Don't be shy. Hook a brother up, man. Come on. Get over here. Nope. He doesn't want to come home early. Alright. So, solution to this is to look at the cash shop. I only need like 77,000 more black cards, so if I bought like the battle pass, I'd probably do it actually. Let me see what they got. But I got a trip coming up like later today, so I can't really be being too frivolous on here. Probably just get those, to be honest. That's like 20 bucks. Get like that in the battle pass, and that would cover like most of it, I think. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and stop there. I'll have to do a lot more menuing to set him up, and I'd rather just do that when he's all decked out. So thanks for watching. A little bit. Well, let's see here. I didn't get the pet early. I didn't get the character early. but I got 2 copies of the weapon, which means that I can resonate it, which is going to be really good, but I have to look up guides and stuff to do that, and it's kind of a little bit anxiety-inducing to do that stuff without looking at a guide if you're just a dolphin. I'm not a full-on whale on this. I spend pretty much the battle pass and the monthly card most months, depending on the patch. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go. Thanks for watching. See you guys later. Thanks for hanging out with the pulls. Alright folks, I'm gonna go ahead and go to bed. Thanks for watching. I don't think I can stream from the train. I have to make a wireless hotspot, so this is probably all you're going to hear from me until I get over there. The hotel has good Wi-Fi. I'm staying at the same hotel I was at back in March for my birthday, so they have good internet. I can stream from the Steam Deck, so there'll be some big gaming over there while I wait for stuff to happen. So thanks for watching. I want to go ahead and cash up the battle pass and everything, and probably try to get him again. So